you have a product that can, that the market fit is Kaduna, for example. We have agency network in those places that can go offline and market your product and get paid for it. If you're in the audience and you don't have a startup, right? All you have is you have passion to communicate, you have any kind of community, any kind, whether you have 100 people on your WhatsApp or you have 2 million people following you on Instagram and social media platforms, you can turn that into an asset with MyCircle, right? You can turn that into an asset by leveraging your platform to brands to advertise on, or by communicating to brands about particular products, about a particular idea, innovation, or product out there, and you will be paid for it, right? You'll be paid for it. So for example, I'll take, is there any brand in the room? So let's make it interactive. Is there any company, any startup in the room? Just give me a name. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, can.
So I'm not sure I can hear. Somebody say something.
I can hear you.
All right. So I need a brand name. I want to give an example, but I want to give an example that's out of the room, right? So is there anybody that has a startup, a company, or that they are working on, or they started already, so we could use that as an example? Okay. Fantastic. So let's use Bincom Academy, right? I didn't want to, but let's use Bincom Academy. So for example, you are trying to get into, people that are trying to get into tech, for example, and you know that Bincom Academy is a place where they can learn tech, right? And so you go and tell your friend, hey, there's something called Bincom Academy. You could learn tech in less than 6 months. You can be a junior dev, right? Depending on how you apply yourself. And the person says, okay, all right. And because of your recommendation, I'm going to sign up. That person comes and sign up, and Bincom Academy gets to pay you for communicating to that person, for telling that person about Bincom Academy. So we ask, where did you get this from? Or, and so, oh, Mr. Jacob or Mr. Babajide told me about Bincom Academy, and based on the strength of their words, I'm here to sign up, right? At sign up, we pay Mr. Jacob or Mr. Babajide, a percentage for the job done, similar to what would have paid for advert anyway. So we pay him or her for the job done. So that is how Jacob will earn money from the platform. That is how Babajide will earn money from the platform if they don't have a business that they're trying to promote. If they're just being, okay, I just want to be an online ambassador, or I just want to be an offline ambassador, you come to the platform, there are going to be different campaign going on, right? On the platform, you choose which campaign you want to go with, specifically the one that speaks to you, right? A campaign that speaks to you, a campaign that you're passionate about, because you need passion to convince anybody to buy anything, right? Nobody just buy things casually because somebody mentioned it casually. But when somebody gives a testimony of a product that they've used, right, other people are more convinced about the product. So you choose a campaign that speaks to you, that speaks to your ability, speaks to what you're comfortable with, speaks to your ideology, sorry, and you register for that campaign. We're going to customize DPs for you for that campaign. You put it across your social media, and everybody that comes through you, for that campaign, right, or sign up for that campaign through you, or buy this product in the campaign through you, you get paid for that. And so just imagine the viral effect of you referring everybody on your WhatsApp groups, right? So you can comfortably be in your room, right, somewhere in Akoka, and just scroll through your WhatsApp messages and put your adverts. Oh, I'm selling this. There's a platform selling this. If you buy from this, you get this discount, whatever. And people sign up from your groups, and you're making money from the comfort of your home. That solves the problem of unemployment, right? That gives you an income stream, right? For even folks that are employed, it gives you also a passive income stream, right? It can be active income stream for somebody that, is not employed yet, and it can be passive for somebody that is employed and has this passion to communicate, to sell products, to tell people about what's going on in their communities. For brand and product, when you sign up for this campaign, when you put your product on a campaign, right, you find that there are people who are in areas that you're not able to physically go to, take your product and market it in those areas, right, in those demography, and you make a lot of money, right? Or make a lot of conversion in terms of customer base and stuff like that, right? So yeah, that is my circle in a nutshell. I know I had 5 minutes. I think I've done more than 5 minutes. So I would entertain questions so that we could dive deeper into it, but I will hand over the mic to the presenter to continue. So Bafemi, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that. So he has been able to explain what my circle is, and then just we all have very good understanding of what it is and what is all about. So would go deep into one of our services, which is the outsource it. But before we go into deep into outsource it, we just talk, a brief, I've done that already. So we just go into deep into what we do at outsource it, and then give a general outline of how you, what it costs and what you chance to get when you market this service to people around you, like as mentioned.
Okay, sorry for cutting you. Let me just add that you could sign up to be an ambassador, an online ambassador or offline ambassador on my circle from anywhere in the world. Geography does not restrict you, right? You can be in Ghana and market products, right? You can be anywhere in the world and sign up, right? So I just wanted to make that clarification. For those that are interested in signing up as an ambassador on my circle to market at Sourceit, to market Bencom Academy, to market any of the products or to communicate any of the products and earn from doing that, you are not restricted by geography, right? You can be anywhere in the world and sign up. You can leverage on digital platforms, right? It's a social community at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you. I wanted to mention that.
Okay, thank you very much, Modi, for that. So we'll be moving into outsource it, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so if we were here from the first session, we had my colleague Olivia gave a very good understanding about what outsourcing is. And then she also gave us how you can manage outsourcing better. So this is from Bencom. The name of the service is Outsourcing by Bencom, as you can see. So why was it brought up in the first place? So we noticed there was this gap seen in most organizations, see that they needed ICT solutions, but they could not afford an IT department. So we see that these small and medium scale enterprises that could not afford this department, but they needed an expert, in these tech skills. Okay, that was what Outsourcing by Bencom was trying to solve, and that's what we've been solving so far since the inception of this service. So see that in Outsourcing by Bencom, what we're proposing to the organizations is to evaluate, develop, and provide skilled enterprise experienced developers to these organizations. We are also providing support to different IT fields and stacks. So we also have short-term, medium, and long-term ICT plan, which we would implement over a period of time in that organization. So we are not just meeting the organization, saying we will meet it. We're trying to structure the IT departments to over the period of time. So we have a short-term plan for the organization, medium-term plan, and a long-term plan for the organization, bringing into what standard IT infrastructure. So we also perform risk assessments and update systems. We do we develop and implement disaster recovery plans as well in these organizations. These are just a couple of things that we do for these organizations. Okay, so on the skill, there are a lot of reasons why I would advise that you recommend outsourcing by being income. One of the reasons is it's a minimized overall cost from your end. So if you are sourcing, you want to outsource a few tech talent or tech resources to your end, you would notice over time that you wouldn't spend costs on maintaining these resources like you would if you were employing them normally. I see that you would not need to pay a couple of costs on this IT infrastructure you're bringing to your organization. And so we also use what we call the IT framework, which is infrastructure technology framework that helps to manage this IT infrastructure. So we see that this IT framework has developed over 20 years, has evolved over the years into different versions to improve better the processes in this IT framework. Like I mentioned, that we have short, medium, and long-term ICT implementation plan. See that we work based on the budget of the organization to improve the infrastructure over the years. So you see that when we manage your ICT infrastructure, you wouldn't have to bother about that, and then you would focus more on your business. But I'd like to mention to you that the ICT infrastructure we'll be providing or provisioning it would align with your business goals. So it's better give you better results in your businesses and not the other way around. Okay, so we have a dynamic ICT department. So we have dynamic ICT departments, like I mentioned earlier, which we use the best use of technology in each of these departments. I would later mention the departments that or the different type of tech talent or tech resources that we outsource to you. Okay, so these IT departments, they are adaptable to different kinds of situations. Like I said, to suit your business needs, suit your business goals, to make you better achieve these things that you set out to achieve for your business. So we have measurable support. So we have structured support. We use internal KPIs to measure this assessment of these resources that we're outsourcing. Okay, so like I mentioned, we use the best use of technology for businesses. We use the best resources and best methodologies that would suit your businesses. So we have a lot of these resources that we outsource at the moment. So we have day-to-day ICT management. We have core software development and support. We have inventory management, report, system-wide risk analysis, ICT disaster recovery, ICT project management, application management, and on-demand ICT services. So these are a list of resources or services that we outsource at the moment. So as part of our day-to-day ICT management, what does that mean? So you primarily need a set of a desk in your office that will attend to IT problems such as troubleshooting your internet connection. We also provide services like that, like troubleshooting your IT, your internet connection, like attending to issues, maybe the hardware and software issues on your computers, like your printers as well, your internet is down. And then we also provide a strategy development. Let me remind you, like I said, we have short-term, medium term, and then long-term plan for your organization. So in the so in the short term, what would be implemented would also be fixed into the day-to-day routine. So as you are attending to your printers, attending to your internet, attending to your screen being blank, attending to maybe your office suite or your workspace not coming up, we are also implementing these plans as well. So I mentioned that we do code software development and support. So you need a backend developer to install or to couple your enterprise softwares. You can get them, PHP developers, Python developers, mobile app developments as well. So we also offer support as well to this as well. So as you can outsource our developers, our tech resources to you, tech talents to you, to attend to this need of yours, either it be mobile app development, web development, or WordPress, or any kind of software development that you'll be needing them for. So we have a world-class team of software developers present in Nigeria and other parts of the world as well, different continents as well, that attend to these needs of yours. So we also offer inventory management and then reports. We also do system-wide risk analysis. Okay, so we also offer application management to you. We have a couple of desktop applications that we all know about, like the Microsoft Windows Office suite, editing suites, it can be Zoom as well. All this we manage both on all devices, that is on iOS devices, on Apple devices, on Windows devices, on Android as well. So we manage these applications. Could involve renewal or maybe troubleshooting issues that you have with these applications. So we also offer ICT infrastructure and systems administration. So in terms of you need a personnel that will handle your internet or your sys administration. We have a wide array of these tech talents or tech resources that you would be outsourced to you. So these people, these resources, let me put that way, will be in charge of handling issues that come to this regard. So we also have a level of support, which I will go into as well. So we have an approach to which we do this, which we carry out these services. So like I mentioned, that we have highly qualified and experienced individuals who can handle this, and then we also have dedicated service member that will be assigned to your organization on request. So as long as when you request for these resources, will be outsourced to you. So we also have a continuous maintenance plan and a deployment and service delivery. So yes, there's levels of support for this particular service. Okay, so we have first level support, second level, and the third level. So these are just various levels of resources and expertise that are available to you. Available to you when you get us to work for you. So the first level will be the on-site developer, the on-site ICT guy that will be attending to your the IT issues in your organization. So that guy will be the first person when to call when such issues arises in your organization. So when the first level of support, we also have the second level support, the service manager who supervises what that person does and is in charge of the IT plan, like I mentioned earlier, short, medium, and long-term plan. So it's in charge of everything that does that IT guy in your organization is doing, ensures that he's delivering end to end what the plan is and what the scope of work is there as well. So when such a developer or such a IT guy in your that has been outsourced to your organization cannot fix a particular problem, there's a level of escalation that goes to this service manager who will know or who to call. Either maybe we need to outsource such problem to a third party or to escalate to a responsibility officer, which is also known as service owner, which is in charge of this on the management level. So these are this we would like to mention to you. Okay, so we'd like to talk about pricing for all these that we mentioned earlier. So as you can see, for the first level, we have 250,000, second level 600,000, and for the third level, we have 1.5 million naira. So all these amounts are in naira, okay, Nigerian naira. So yes, so for each of these tech resources that you would like for us to outsource to you, these are the amounts that you would be needed to pay for each of these. For each of these, so this is on a monthly basis, although can be negotiable. Okay, what I mean by that is that okay, for if you need such a resource or such talent for just 2 days in a month, 2 days in a week rather, we would have to factor that into cost, and let's say having to reduce the amount to something like about 100,000 thereabout. So this is a monthly fee. That is when the talent is available to you 8 to 5, 8 to 5 during the week. That's Monday to Fridays for this throughout the month. So that's when you pay 250,000. In a case when you need the resource to be present, let's say twice in a week, so that will be also factored into the cost of this as well. So we've spoken about Urbancom City. Urban City, we are a growing ICT solutions company that we are I think I was muted for a while. Okay, sorry about that. So as again, I'm just giving you an overview of what Income is. So we are an ICT solutions company and consultancy company. We specialize in web design, web development, customized desktop and online application development. Okay, so we have an array of staff that is experienced individuals that have vast and up-to-date knowledge about tech and information world. So we use Agile to manage these software solutions that we provide. So we've also worked with a couple of companies which I'll be showing you shortly. So yes, so we also work with a couple of companies which I'll be showing you shortly. Before then, I don't know if you have any questions based on what I've said. Yeah, so if you have any questions, you can just drop them chat box, or you can just signify here and then we'll answer your questions. Okay, so if there are no questions, I'll go on to share my screen talking about a portfolio we've worked with. Okay, so it's a 14-page brochure, so I just go through a lot of work we've done over the years. Uh, so yes, we are a fast-growing ICT company. We founded in 2006, and we call from web and emerging technologies. And we have a team that is, consists of experienced individuals which possess vast knowledge and expertise in various aspects of ICT. So how do you approach solutions? How do you approach problems? We prescribe this, develop, and deploy for each client's unique solution. We prescribe, develop, and deploy for each client's unique problem to provide the best solutions to these problems. So we have specialized in various services in broad sectors. We have worked with financial institutions, oil and gas, education, and the government itself. So we have also developed a host of products and services to cater for various organization sizes, small, medium, and large enterprises. So we have a different service arms. Okay, so we offer development, software development and support, web services, ICT service management, which I mentioned when I was explaining Outsourcing Pitfalls. So we offer event management, that's hybrid event management. If you want to host an event both online and then offline as well, and you want to stream that to those people who are online, we offer that kind of service. We also have a host of ICT products and services that we also run. So, like I said, I'm just running through this. So, we have a couple of community events that we do, and we apply the best use of technologies to these solutions that we provide. So I'll be going through a host of solutions that we've been able to accomplish over the years. Like I mentioned, this is a company that has been founded since 2006. So like I mentioned, this project is the South-South Economic Summit, which was done in 2002. Our client was the government, and then the project was with technology partner for the South-South Economic Summit. So we were able to provide this, as you can see on my screen, we were able to provide a fully functional event management, which was routed to www.southsouth.com.ng. We provided a 24-hour call center and online real-time help desk to people. We also were working on social media on that same project. And we also had dedicated staff on ground and a back office to manage all processes involved in this event. We had intuitive registration and enterprise data management, where we collate people who registered for the event, and we manage such data as well. So the events we developed native mobile applications for events. We provided security and multi-level access control solutions across the event. We did online and social advertising for this event. We live streamed the event when it was time, and then we also created content, developed content, and managed the content that we did as well for these organizations. So we handled the biometrics as well. We also had staff on ground managing logistics as well. So that's that. Okay, so we give our clients and customers competitive edge by providing tomorrow's technology today. So this is another project that we handled. Okay, so for this, our client was the office of the governor of Delta State. At that time, it was Dr. Emmanuel E. Uduagan. So these are the services that we did that time for the office of Delta State. So we handled social media, and then a couple of other things that we did for them as well. Time is running, so try to speeding up this process. So we also, another case study will be for the GT Bank. Okay, so we were able to create the mobile app, and then we also created an online GT community. Okay, so yes, so we did that. So yeah, like I mentioned, a couple of all these other companies that we've been able to partner and work for, like Top Nation Airlines, Delta State Government, which I mentioned, GT Bank, Beladu, Easy Cousins, HP, yes, HP, Stanbic, IBCC, Bayelsa State Government, Visible Impact, ESET Nigeria, and NCA Lagos as well. So we're able to work with these companies and then deliver value to them. So dropped the contacts where you can reach us on the chat box. Yes, so you can reach us if you are interested in any of these services. So I'll stop sharing this screen. So we'll move to, I don't know if you have any questions based on what I've said so far. before I go on to the roundup. Okay, and Rehaba has a question.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. I actually listened quite a long time. So I have a question. I have a question for the first speaker. I don't know if she's still here.
Okay, she's still here. She is here.
All right. So the question is, we are speaking on outsourcing IT. So I work for a firm where we actually have several branches, but we're having issues communicating, whereby we have certain tasks and then we actually need an ERP solution that will handle scheduling some tasks. And then also we actually want to actually hire someone who will come in and kind of serve as an intermediary. So when we have certain tasks, we relay it to them and then they interface to management or the interface with certain clients we have. But we've been having issues with that. So I feel, do you think outsourcing IT will actually be a solution for us? So that's my question.
Okay. Olivia, do you want to take that or should? I think the question is directed to you. Okay, so yeah, I'll take your question then. Okay, so the question you asked is you have an array of organizations that are in different locations, and then you have a
Yes.
problem managing in terms of communication. You use an ERP solution to log in task and for task management, and then you are asking if what Bincom is offering can provide a solution to this problem. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, so Henry, so what Bincom is offering is outsourced by Bincom is not just the IT guys to be present in these locations, but it's also, I don't know if you were present when I was talking about the different levels of support. So the service manager is expected to coordinate the task of this day-to-day task of each of these IT guys that have been deployed to your location. So what that means is that there is a synchronization in terms of communication. That is, whatever the IT guy at your end is doing, the service manager knows about it. And also the service manager also visits these locations to ensure that what the report is getting are also true. So it's not just a situation where these IT guys are deployed to your locations and there are no management of what they do. If they are following processes, they are doing the tasks they're expected to do, if they are doing them to standard. So there are levels of support. I also mentioned the senior responsibility officer, which is also to manage what that service manager is doing and report directly to management. So the service manager the IT guys that are deployed to locations expected to log all activities. I said all activities to a data collection form, which the IT service manager would check all these things to see if it's following the plans. I want to be sure if you were here when I was mentioning the short, medium, and long-term plans. So to see if they are actually following this on a day-to-day basis. And the service manager would also have to visit these locations to ensure these things are done. These things already assigned in the plan are being attended to. So don't know if that answers your question, Henry. Okay, so I don't know if...
So basically the ICT at the location. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I said, so basically there will be a staff deployed from Bincom ICT to the location to oversee certain tasks. Is that correct?
Yes, so not just certain to oversee all tasks,
All
but
right, so
there's a
I
scheduling. Okay.
I get that. So if there is a situation where we have remote staff,
Yes.
how do you manage that? And then I also was asking concerning an ERP solution that will actually govern all of these tasks.
Okay, so that's two questions. So first part is asking me what happens when the locations now is remote, that is a global, so like maybe the person is not accessible and you're working remotely. Okay, so like I said earlier on, when these IT staffs are not deployed to a location, let's take for example a software developer who doesn't need to physically be at a particular location before he works on a code base. So we use code bases that are not that are not that are accessible online. What I'm saying is that we use cloud IDs for creating creating software solutions. What that means is that the service manager can manage and see milestones to what that IT guy has done on a day-to-day basis. So we can evaluate online to say, okay, we are expected to work on so modules today, and you were expected to work on 5 modules today, and what you could work on is 4. Okay, what happened? What was the challenge today? Expectancy is actually 5 modules, and you could only do 4. So there's a service manager that manages what that software developer is doing. So it's not that the software developer is isolated from the organization. And there are also reports that are also sent to the clients now. Also, by Bincom, we send reports we send weekly reports to highlight what we're expected to do for that week and what we've done for that week. So there's a general communication and follow-up that is being done from both parties. Don't know if that's clear on that. Before I move to the other question.
So is this ideal or it's practical? Do we have a situation where this like a case study so I can relate
Yes.
to?
Okay, a case study. Yes, we've been doing this over the years. So I don't know how you okay. How can I give you an example? Yeah, we have clients that we've worked on for a while that this approach has been used and has been effective. So I don't know. Can't want to show any project at the moment, but there have been clients that we have worked on their software solutions, and then managed it. The service manager will manage what the IT guy, the software developer, what is trying to do. And there, like I said, the report would simplify these things. The report would simplify these things better. So, like I said, the weekly report would highlight what was meant to be done that week and what has been done. Okay, so that would also give you a clearer view to what is actually happening on the solution, and there will be time-to-time demos of the solution as well to see progress. So I don't know, that's better now.
All right. Basically, I'll try to wrap my head around what you just said. But
Okay. Yes.
now,
So I can send the proposal so you can view better, and we can also make a section later to go over this and better and in details.
okay, no problem.
If I just come in, Mr. Henry, thank you for your question. However, you were acting on a broad scale. We
Yes, sir.
can tailor. We can have a session where we tailor to specific city what you want to do actually. So what he has tried to do is to sort of give you an overview of what we do. We have
Okay.
clients and we have success stories, practical example, right? We have clients that we have deployed for. We've supported them remotely during the thick of the pandemic. We've supported physically, visiting their offices and working from their offices. So there are different modules,
Okay.
depending on what you want to access and what you want to achieve, and we can speak to that. So if you are kind enough to book a session, we can have that overview session and speak directly to your need, right?
Okay. I will try to do that. I will try to do that. Thank you.
Okay, so I just dropped the ways in which you can contact us. So the contacts way mobile contacts is ready on chat box. And then, like I mentioned earlier, that if you want an assessment of your IT infrastructure, or you have a problem with any software IT solution that you need a guidance to direction, a form of direction, so you can book an IT advisory. The link is what I've put in the chat box, so you can just do that. Okay, so yes, that's that. So the next part, I'll just like to move on since we already have in-depth knowledge of what outsource IT is. I'd like to talk about how you can market this using the MyCircle model and be a MyCircle ambassador, and then push this outsource it income and what you stand to gain by doing this. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier on, that the outsource it by income, it's a monthly plan that is we will continue servicing you as long as we get renewals to service you. So you get a percentage for this, by sending referral to those who you know needs this solution. Okay, like I mentioned, outsourcing by income is meant for small scale, medium scale enterprises that do not have an IT setup in their organization, or probably they need a graphics designer for a couple of months to work on their companies social media display pictures, work on creating content for them. You might also need a web services, or you need web development management services. You need to manage your website, someone to schedule or renew hosting domain for you. Okay, so we handle all that, and then you get 10%. 10%. You get to earn 10% on this every month for 6 months. So what I'm saying is, let me share my screen to show the amount. So when the person pays 250,000 and is servicing us for 6 months, you get to paid 25,000 naira monthly for 6 months. But even if it is they keep on servicing us for 1 year, 2 years, you still get to be paid for 6 months. So in a situation where the organization wants us for just 3 months, we would pay you for those 3 months. So if it extends more than 6 months, we paid just for 6 months. So that's how you can earn by referring our services and referring our solution, outsourcing by income, which is suited for different organization IT needs. Like I said, like I mentioned in the slide earlier on, we do graphics, do ICT infrastructure management. We do website development. We do a couple of enterprise solutions, a couple of all these software solutions too. And it's also showing you different different solutions in which we've worked for over the years, and then you can refer and earn. So I'd like some questions now so that we can attend to that before we round up for today. So I don't know if you have any questions based on what I just said. Okay, so
just to add to what you said, maybe to reiterate what you've said, my circle, we have a lot of partnership, and one of the partnership we have, or some of the partnership we have, is with Bincom, and the companies that Bincom have incubated, right? So from Social Lender to Bincom Academy to Emigrate, these are organizations that Bincom to outsource it. These are organizations that Bincom have incubated in, and they're doing well on their own. Now, my circle is a platform where we want to be able to market all these expressions, including other expressions from other brand, and on the platform. And we're saying, if you're interested in marketing Bincom Academy, Outsource IT, and the different product lines that they have, and if you're interested in marketing Emigrate and stuff like that, you can come on my circle, be an ambassador. And their stipends or their reward system. He mentioned a bit of percentage profit share split initially in his conversation. So people get as much as 10%, some people get as much as 30%, depend on the campaign that you're involved in, right? So my circle is that platform that markets all these products, and you can come in to partner with my circle or to sign up as an ambassador on my circle to sell this platform, and to sell these expressions or these businesses, and for every product line you sell or you communicate or you refer people, just trying to use the words that are most palliative, are most comfortable to people, you get paid from the profit share from the transaction. So I just wanted to reiterate that. Thank you, Obafemi, again.
Thank you very much, sir. So thank you very much for that. So I don't know if there are any questions that we should attend to. Like I said earlier on, I've dropped a couple of ways in which you can reach out to us to follow up on questions, okay, and also book a session with us, like I've earlier mentioned, okay, to look into this, what your organization needs, so that we can speak on that basis and not on a general basis, to show you how proficient we are in that sector. Okay, so like I said, I've dropped the contact, and for those who are willing to be ambassadors, you have a good way in which you can move on to that to market these services that we are offering. So yes, so I don't think there are any other questions. I said, you know how to reach us. I've dropped the contact. Please reach us, okay, so that we can follow up on these conversations. So if there are no other questions, I would like to wrap up this session and then go on to thank you for joining today's session. Without your presence, we will not be able to hold this, and it's not going to be successful. Thank the speakers today. Thank Olivia, thank Mr. Moody for a job well done in delivering this presentation. And thank you for all other participants, those who asked questions, those who paid listening here to what we had to say. Thank you all for participating in today's event. Then we'll be wrapping it up, telling you good afternoon, and then have a lovely day.
Thank you very much, Obafemi. Do have a good weekend, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.